Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a framework for taking a mind that feels, restless and chaotic and turning it into a real source of strength and clarity.
So let's start with a feeling I think we all know. You know that little voice in your head that says, I am stressed or I am an anxious person? The source material calls this a state of ignorance, where we mistake these temporary feelings for who we actually are. And when we do that, life can start to feel really random, almost threatening. But what if we've got it all backward? This question right here is a total game changer. It suggests that the calm we're all chasing isn't something we need to build from scratch. It's something we just need to uncover, something that's already there.
Okay, so first, let's dig into that a little bit. How does this inner chaos actually show up in our day-to-day? Well, it often leads to overreactions, a constant feeling of insecurity, like we're just stumbling through the dark. The source material uses a great analogy for this. It describes this state of ignorance as being in a pitch-black room filled with furniture. You can't see a thing, right? So you're constantly bumping into stuff, getting bruised. That's what it's like when we identify it with our anxiety. We just keep creating this cycle of stress for ourselves. So how do we flip the switch? How do we turn on the light in that room? Well, let's look at the first practical tool we're given, which is a really simple, super accessible daily ritual. It's a practice called Mangala Charan. And look, this is way more than just repeating some words. It's a tool that's actually designed to give your logical mind, your intellect, a really powerful reason to calm everything down. You start to see how cause and effect work in your life, and that random threatening feeling, it starts to fade. And here's how it breaks down. It's beautifully simple. First, you just mentally repeat the mantra. Then, step 2, you reflect on what it means, this idea of may there be peace for all. And finally, the third step is swadhyaya, which is basically self-study. You think about how this big idea actually connects to your own life, your own challenges. And here's the best part, or at least the part that makes this so doable. This isn't some huge hour-long commitment. This entire powerful practice, it takes just 5 to 7 minutes, right when you wake up. That's it. Okay, so we've got this 5-minute practice, but where does it fit in the grand scheme of things? Let's zoom out and look at the complete roadmap for this inner transformation. And this is so important. Instead of just giving you a massive to-do list of 8 things, the path is broken down into 4 clear stages. It's designed this way for a reason. You have to build a strong foundation before you put up the rest of the house. A lot of people miss this step, and that's exactly why they get stuck. So stage 1 is all about laying that groundwork. It has 4 parts: really appreciating the opportunity of being human, developing the mental maturity to do this work, sparking a genuine desire for change, and then committing to discipline. The source is super clear about this. Without this foundation, even the most powerful mantra on earth isn't going to work. Then we get to stage 2. And this is where things start to feel a bit like, learning any other new skill. You start to gain systematic knowledge, bit by bit. And as you do, you sharpen your ability to discern, to really tell the difference between a passing feeling and your true peaceful nature. Okay, now this next part is absolutely crucial. In stage 3, everything you've learned starts to move from your head down into your heart. It becomes your own direct experience, a concept called swanubhav. This is the moment you can actually see yourself changing, your attitudes, your behaviors, all based on what you've learned. And all of this leads to the final stage: realization or awakening. And we're not talking about just a brief moment of calm here. This is a lasting, fundamental shift where peace, clarity, and fearlessness become your new normal. So we've walked through the map, but what does the destination actually feel like? What's the real-world payoff here? Well, it's about a transformation from a life run by anxiety to one lived with genuine fearlessness. Get this. The very first superpower, as the source calls it, that starts to wake up on this path is fearlessness. When you truly start to experience your own nature as peace, that fear we all carry around it naturally starts to dissolve. It leads to this incredible sense of stability and strength, no matter what's going on around you. And this slide just lays it out so clearly, right? It's all about a mental shift. The whole practice helps your mind finally recognize that things like anxiety and reactivity, they're just habits. They're just old thought patterns. They are not the truth of who you are. The truth, your core nature, is calmness, a mindful response, and, fearlessness. I absolutely love this analogy from the source.
It says that an attitude of gratitude is like switching on your Wi-Fi before you try to download wisdom. It just strengthens that connection to your inner self. Without it, the signal's weak. But with it, that clarity and insight, it just becomes so much more accessible.
The source also gives us a really concrete tool we can use, like right now, in a moment of stress. So next time you feel that anxiety bubbling up, try this. Just stop. Immediately shift your attention away from those racing thoughts and put it right into your body. Feel your posture. Feel your feet on the floor. That simple act creates a little space, a gap. And in that gap, you can realize, wait, I'm not the anxiety, I'm the one watching. All right, let's bring all this home. How does this whole inner journey completely change our relationship with the struggles we face every single day? And that's a key point here. This whole path isn't about escaping from the world or hiding from its challenges. It's about learning to face them with a completely new set of tools, with peace, with wisdom, and with that superpower of fearlessness. And that brings us to this incredibly powerful reframe. With this new perspective, that problem at work or that argument you had at home, it's no longer just a problem. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to actually practice what you've learned and to feel your own strength and fearlessness in a real-world situation. And we'll leave you with that thought to chew on. It's a way to take this entire journey we've just talked about and apply it right now to your own life. So what's one challenge you're facing that you could see not as a problem, but as a chance to discover that peace that's already inside you?